विशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्रा येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः ॐ ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुर्पदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गीता महारानी की जय। हरि ओम। अरे जी करती खोलती नहीं, जी करती। थोड़ा गुनगुना पानी एक गिलास में दे देना। So we are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita and 12th discourse, the Yoga of Devotion, wherein today is the last sloka of 8 slokas, that is Amritastakam, nectarian 8 stanzas. So, herein we are discussing all the divine qualities which leads to one-pointedness of the devotee towards the Lord, and who is equipped with all these divine qualities, he is very dear to the Lord. This is what we were discussing. Yesterday also we saw the 19th sloka. Tulya ninda stutir mauni santusto yena kena chit aniketah sthiramatir bhaktiman me priyo narah. One who is he to whom censure and praise are equal, who has got a equal mind for the praise and censures, who is silent mauni, silent, content with anything, and homeless, aniketaha, of a steady mind, sthiramatir, bhaktiman mes priyo naraha, and full of devotion, that man is dear to me. This is the declaration of Lord Krishna in all these 8 stanzas. Everywhere he says, Lord Krishna says, such a person is dear to me. Such a person is dear to me. He has given us all the divine qualities which leads to one-pointedness only, and full of devotion, with one-pointed mind. Then what more one needs to have salvation in this life? That is the goal of everyone. And when such a person having all these good qualities, of course he will be not only dear, he will be one with the Lord. There will not be any different identity as a devotee. He will be God himself. He is neither elated by praise nor pained by censure. Here we have to see, of course we have discussed many examples of Swamiji and others, how they take so lightly, they take positively everything, and they don't feel pain in censure, in disgraced wordings. You see, we have to see little, of course yesterday we didn't do it, little analytically how words have influence over our mind and intellect, heart, everything. How we are influenced by the words, by words uttered by others, and also whatever we speak, that also has impact on our mind. Don't forget it. How the words have influence over everything. Everything, not only your mind, it has influence on the atmosphere also. The words means they are the expression of inner feelings. First, they have to undergo 4 phases. Once there is a vibration created in the heart, that is to be expressed, it cannot keep quiet. That is how we say Omkara atha sabdasya dvabeto brahmana pura kantham bhitva vinirjato. Through the throat it comes out, expresses itself. Tasman mangalika bhau. Om and atha, once it is sound is created, sound is nothing but the vibratory system, and that's how it is the beginning, or the beginning of the manifestation of the energy, and that has to go on changing. And the same energy, some say that the world is nothing but play of energy. Energy is dancing everywhere, play of energy. Some say the world is created out of the sound. Sound is same thing, seen from different angles and expressed in different ways. The same sound is all the energy, and the same sound also is the cause for the creation. What is creation? In other words, it is manifestation also. Manifestation is projection outward, which was silent, that becomes vibrated, and those waves, they are called energy. It cannot keep quiet, so it has to project out. And the only way here is the our क्या कॉर्ड कहते हैं उसको, the vocal cord, out through that it has to manifest, and it has to undergo, just as if you put a stone, a pebble in the surface of the water, quite calm and without vibration. If you put a stone, it reaches the bottom. Somehow or other, sometime or other, it has to reach the bottom, and a bubble comes out. Does it come out? Is it created on the surface? Almost everybody has experienced it, I hope. When you put something heavy on the superficial water, it goes to the bottom and a bubble has to come out. One or many bubble has to come out. Why? Because it takes some air also with it. And that when the pebble gets settled in the bottom, that air becomes bubble and it has to express. Similarly, that vibration which is created in the heart in a balanced state, then it has to project out to the surface. What is the surface here? The mouth is the surface. Mouth only is the way of expression. But of course there is body language. Body language also, the vibration is not in one direction. It has to manifest in all 360 into 3 to the power 360 to the power infinity. In all directions it has to manifest. So body language is also the expression of the same energy. And somehow or other by symbols the body expresses the feelings of the heart. But by the mouth it becomes a little clearer and audible, and we can hear it. So that bubble, when it comes out, that is called sound or word. How the word has got some meaning. This word, this sound, which afterwards called word, it has to take a form. First of all, it was a vibration, a wave, and then it has to take a form. That form is called manifestation or being. Whatever it is, that is called being. Being has got different, many definitions. Many definitions, not one. Different seers have defined it in different ways. What is the definition of a being? And again it will go on classified according to the qualities and actions and reactions. So, Jiva, Nirjiva, or inert beings, or something, it goes on being classified in many ways. So, in that way, when it is manifested, it has, in the beginning it will be so minute, and slowly it grossifies, it takes a little transformed, modified and grosser way, and when it comes out, it has to be influenced by tongue, teeth, palate and lips, everything. And that's how it is manifested. And then that sound, when it has relationship with other forms created before, and there are two kinds of creations. One is universal mind creation, the creation of the Creator, and other is creation by individual beings. So, Jiva Sriti or Brahma Sriti, two kinds of creation. The first creation, what is thought over by the Creator, it takes a form, and those thoughts, they are in the, from one angle of vision, it is only sound, and then it is called manifested sound. And before that also, those are called ideas, which are not manifested, but when it manifests, it takes a form, and all the forms, they will have connectivity with each other, that is called relationship. That's how the relative world is created. One is related with the other. So the sound is related with the form. And then that relationship will have some value, some meaning, and then only the form is named and it is valued. Then only the meaning of the form, the being or object, we understand, and that sound, it is compared afterwards by the human beings, and they have audible sound, that is so many languages, about 140 languages are, 144 languages are found in India itself. How many languages will be there in the whole world? Some people utter that sound, express that sound in a way, and they have a kind of form, they create a form of that particular sound, and then it is called the alphabets. Akshara we say, Akshar, and that is related with, that form is related with the sound. Then only one gives the relationship and others follow it. That's how all these alphabets of different language are created by some great thinkers, and they are followed by a few group of people. That's how it becomes some language, and it is related with not only alphabets but also that sound relates with some objects, and that's how the language is created. When the English people came to India, they didn't know what is what. So somebody said, when they asked what is that, they, by body language, anybody can understand the body language. What is that? So some Indian said, amba, oh, amba, mango. So somehow they gave a name, and that is followed by other English people, so it has become a word in the English dictionary. Mango means the particular fruit. In that way, the language is created, and in the beginning of the, say, this modern civilization, in the Stone Age, when people were unable to express their language to each other, they were using only body language. Anybody can understand the body language, and the body language is so used in animals, birds, and they will connect with each other by body language. You know, the honey bees, they express their ideas so clearly to each other by dance. Dance means by moving their legs and wings. They express their language and they communicate with each other. So in that way, this language is created and we communicate with each other. The meaning is given only when it has some relationship with the object or the person or anything. The sound has a relationship with the persons or beings or objects, whatever you say, then only it will have meaning of it. And that meaning also differs from different angles. So in this way, if you understand the language, then really speaking, the languages are meaningless and symbolic, only informative, and that also is dependent upon our perception process, how we perceive the object and how we relate, hear the sound and relate with the object. That depends upon every individual. So really speaking, the object has got nothing, no quality, no name, no form, nothing. Every individual creates it by his own mind, by perceiving it from different angles, different perception ways. That is really how we live our life. And words now, as per the civilized human beings, we depend upon words, the network of words, sound, words. If you understand the basic principles, and the yogis especially, particularly the yogis, they don't give much importance to the audible sounds. They can hear the unaudible sound, the fast projection and how it manifests slowly from page to page. It undergoes and modifies and gets gross forms. Before it is expressed by mouth, it has got different phases. And yogis, because of their one-pointed mind and intellect and sharp intellect, pure intellect, they can go to this root of it. And then there is no difference in meanings. Sound is sound, all-pervading sound. So thereby they communicate with each and every beings, whether living or non-living. Even they can communicate with the stones and pebbles or water or mountains or air and sun and moon or stars. They easily can communicate. Because sound is the basic principle, the energy, they go to the root of it, how it manifests. So thereby they understand everything and they become the all-knower. At a glance, they can, as much as it is subtler, so much it is more expanded and pervading everywhere. Just as see, the earth is gross, most gross object in 5 elements. Water is less gross than earth. So water is more voluminous, and fire is everywhere, more voluminous than water, and air, you see, air pervades everywhere. It surrounds everything, more pervading, more expansive, and then comes the sky, of course. It is all-pervading, present everywhere because it is the subtlemost element. This is how when you go to the subtler and subtlemost root of everything, you become more all-pervading and all-knowing, and you understand everything. Everything at present, and everything is before you. Everything becomes so clearer to you. That's how the yogis are all-knowers. Sarvagya hote hain. They become all-knowers. And they can communicate with any object, anywhere in this universe. This is the trick. When you become one with the whole universe, the subtlemost ideas in the very beginning of the manifestation, how it manifests, then you are the knower of everything, and there is no time there. It is beyond all the conditions, times and space, everything. So everything becomes here and now, at present, at a glance. In this way, when these great people, realized souls, one-pointed, minded, devoted persons, they understand anything, they don't give value to all these sensual or praises. It has got no meaning at all. No meaning. This is how we always used to say, language is meaningless. It is meaningful only for few seconds, in relative world only, for a little time, in some place, in some time, it has some meaning and it changes then and there. The meaning changes. See, the same thing, you call it mango. In Japanese, what do you say, Mataji?
Mango.
Mango?
Yes.
Oh, this is English word.
Mango.
And how is the coconut?
Coconut.
Nuts. Nuts, anything with a hard shell is called nut in English. So different kinds of what nuts? Peanuts, walnuts, and so many nuts. So it is coconut. Coconut. Somehow they mean something and give a word to the object, and when one says and others follow it, it becomes a language. And so many languages are there because different group of people, they, according to geographical and historical conditions, people differ from each other. The language, Gadwali language spoken here is different from the Gadwali language at Gangotri side. Totally different. कहाँ बोलने लगी? And here they say, क्या बोलने लगी? क्या? There it is का. So much difference. So in this way, when the language has got no meaning, why to be, how can one be influenced by it? When there is no use, then there is no value, no meaning. How can it influence you? When the child doesn't know the use of the gold, and it is little faded away by accumulating some dirt, and a broken piece of colored glass, it glitters so brightly. The child gives importance to the broken glass piece than the gold. In this way, yogis never give, the great devotees never give any meaning to the words and praise or censure. They are equal to them. No value, no influence it has. This is the secret of yogi's mind and one-pointed pure intellect. He is neither elated by praise nor pained by censure. In this way, he keeps a balanced state of mind because his mind never gets influenced by these words. See, when a crow comes and flies before you, with some sound, do you mean it? Or are you elated by it? Or do you feel sorry out of that sound? Or any words sing, of course some sweet melody, you may give attention to it. Or simple sounds of any birds or any animals, what you don't understand, there is no influence of it over you. The trees dash against each other at the time of stormy wind. Do you give any importance to it? Of course, sometimes terrific sound, earthquake sound, or some bomb blast, or something, that becomes a little bit terrific because it is unbearable, or it has got no meaning. That's how the mind of a yogi, balanced mind, is never influenced by all these words. He has controlled the organ of speech, and so he is silent. He never speaks anything, never expresses anything. His mind also is serene and silent, as he has controlled the thoughts also. Because there is no thoughts, so there is no mind, there is no intellect also. So who is going to judge or finalize what is the meaning? Because intellect is not working there. Intellect also is a wave of thoughts, of course sharper than the gross thoughts flow of mind. So in that way, intellect also is silent. So who is going to give the decision? It is good, it is bad. Mind is one-pointed. In this way, all the sound has got no meaning for the yogi. Thoughts are under control, one-pointed. He is quite content with the bare means of bodily sustenance. Santushta, Mauni, silent always, and Santushta, always contented, because he has got no concern with the body so much. There is no mind. Mind has influence over the senses and body, and there is no intellect which has influence over the mind and all the senses and body. So, body has got no needs at all. Only, you see, food, four things. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithun. These four aspects of life. Food, because it gives energy to the prana, and rest. The body, after working for some time, it gets tired, so it needs rest. So also is the case of senses and five senses of knowledge and action also. And the mind also wants rest, because always restless. Intellect also in this way. Rest is a must, and it is instinctively working through everybody, not only human beings, all the animals, birds, all the beings. Rest is a must, food is a must, so it is automatic feeling of all the beings. ahara nidra bhaya. Where there is two, dvetat bhayam bhavati. Where there is two, naturally you will have fear, because there is comparison, there is dependency, there is cooperation, there is communication. So naturally there is a disbalance. Where there is disbalance, anything can happen. So naturally fear has to be there. Everybody has fear. Whether it is expressed or not, that is different, but fear has to be there. And Maithun to project out, to multiply. Multiplication is the first and foremost natural law. Nobody can escape from it. So all these four things are, four aspects are seen in all the beings, not only human beings. But only one aspect which human beings have, that is discriminative power, this intellectual discrimination between the permanent and impermanent, perishable and imperishable, that only human mind can judge, not other beings. This is how the human beings are superior, supposed to be superior than other beings. And by using that power, you can do anything. Either you can go up or down, both ways, progress or disgrace, or whatever, in any way you can proceed. So this is how human beings are rare to, human body is rare to have. And this is how when bodily needs are almost nil for a person who is beyond body, senses and mind and intellect, etc., what needs he will have? He is always needless, no necessities. So naturally he becomes calm and quiet, silent, and he has no needs. So he is always contented. He has no desires to fulfill. He never feels incomplete in itself. So where from he will have desires and needs? No possibility. So he is always contented. Santushtaha. He is always contented. Aniketaha, we have seen, his whole universe is his abode. Wherever he goes, if he has no concern with the body, so he can lie down anywhere. The sky is the roof and earth is the bed. He enjoys anywhere and everywhere. One who roams about aimlessly, without any demands, without any needs, that person, a aimless wanderer, paribrajak, he enjoys such bliss. He has no concern with the past, no project for the future, because nothing is known to him. He is always dependent on the present and will of the God. Whatever comes by the way, it is welcome. That experience is really wonderful. Not dependency, not thinking of future nor past, past is gone forever. And such persons, according to our scriptural injunctions, one should not stay for 2-3 days at a place. So when you go on changing, you understand the changing phenomena of the of nature. Because you are not changing, you are attached to your home and your homely areas and activities. So naturally you will have attachment and desires and loss and gain, everything. When you have no abode, how can you be clinging to any object or anything? Past is past forever. Future is not known. Now is the life. That person enjoys the most. Kaupinavantaha khalu bhagyavanta, who has nothing in this world. Once I told about the story of a happy man who has nothing in this world. He is the happiest man under the sun. Nothing to worry about, nothing to take care of. In this way, Aniketaha, one who has no abode, Sthiramatir, then how can he will have a restless mind? Never, because nothing to worry about, nothing to think about. He has nothing to take care. So no worry, no anxiety, no desires. He is ever present at ever. His life is at now only. So such a person will have a steady mind naturally and full of devotion. He is really dear to me. Explaining all these, Lord Krishna explains the one-pointedness of the mind, and that is also devotion, that is also called faith, that is also called yoga, that is also called knowledge, everything. The peak is only one. It cannot be different from peak. Peak is always peak. The top of the projection. In that way, that is only one in all conditions. It cannot be changed. He is quite content with the bare means of bodily sustenance. It is said in the Mahabharata, Shanti Parva, Moksha Dharma, who is realized, who has gone beyond all these bondages of the world, who is dressed in anything, no need for body protection, anything. The savages, they cover up the body with barks and other. Oh yes, I shall have to show you Bhojpatra. Please go and bring. Now I shall show you Bhojpatra. देखो देखो वो मेरा जो निचला वो ये है ना, उसको खोलना, नीचे कुछ कागज में रखा हुआ है, एक बंडल भी रखा हुआ है. देखो दाहिना तरफ को निचले इसमें, उसको खींचो तब पता चलेगा. So they cover up their body by barks of the trees and leaves. And they, you see, in Odisha they make umbrella out of palm leaves. मिला भोजपत्ता कहाँ से? ऊपर से आजकल बेचने लगे। पहले जाकर के वही थोड़ा दूर जाने से गंगोत्री से जंगल में मिल जाता था। कितने बार मैं कवर लाया हूँ। ये है भोजपत्ता। देखो, इन दिस इज बार्क ऑफ ए ट्री। इन higher regions, paper. You can use it for writing also. We write mantras and jantras in it to worship. This is called Bhojpatta. See, bark of a tree, how thin and how paper-like. ये बहुत पतला है, एक लेयर. It will have so many layers together, so thick. And when you cover it on the body, it is क्या कहते हैं उसको? Non-conductor of heat and cold. And in the olden days, Indians used to use it as paper and write something. Old Indians. Now, of course, paper has come out, and now also it is used for mantra, tantra, etc., writing something. Many old scriptures you can find in some museums written on this, or palm leaves. Yes. So this is how they cover up their body. No need. Natural, everywhere you will get it. Palm leaves, other leaves. For mattress we use coconut leaf, palm leaves. So, body has no need, it is dependent on natural objects. Bas. Anywhere, anything the person can use. When I used to roam like this, I used to collect some small branches of the bushes and make a beautiful Dunlop गद्दी को क्या कहते हैं? कुशन. I enjoy my sweet home under the sky. Whether it is a jungle or any roadside, anywhere. What a blissful life. So this way, he is never dependent on anything, who is dressed in anything, who eats any kind of food, whatever. I used to collect so many jungly, vegetables, leaves and stems and everything for sabji, vegetable. I need not depend upon anything purchasing from the bazaar. That life is really wonderful. Anything we get, and in olden days, the rishis, they used to know by smell, by its color, by its many symptoms. You can know what is edible and what is not. from smell, from color, from the form of the leaves and stems. You can understand it when you are used to it. And that's how the people used to live in jungle. And there are so many things. In the olden days, these hilly people, they were living on some fruits. बांझ करके एक पेड़ है. There is a पेड़, like tree. They have small fruits that the bears eat, and it is so energetic, so full of, you see, nutritions. And some other tree has got some bigger fruits like that. When there is nothing, they used to break that and make powder and make some roti like and eat it. So strong and healthy. No need of rice or your wheat or anything. Need not cultivate anything. Everything is available, produced by the nature. You must know how to use and what to use. You should not have any taste. Then you can live easily without depending upon others. Everything is, all these vegetation world is only medicines. Medicines means food also. So, only thing you should be used to it. In this way, such persons, they don't become dependent on anything. And we rest in anything, we eat any kind of food, who lie down anywhere, him the gods call a Brahmana, knower of the Brahma, or a liberated sage, or a Jivan Mukta. He is liberated while living in this body. He does not dwell in one place, goes on changing. He has no fixed abode. He is homeless. He regards the world as his dwelling place. His mind is ever fixed on Brahman. This is how the end of 8 slokas, Amritastak, and these symbols of a great devotee who is dear to the Lord. Have you seen the monkeys making some nests or some abodes anywhere? They live on the branches of the tree, anywhere, everywhere. Why a human being cannot live like that? Where is the abode of a deer or bears, wild bears, or the pigs, wild pigs? Where is the abode of a lion or a tiger? They live in caves or under any tree. They bear the cold and heat and rains, everything. Accordingly, their body and their skin also is made. See, polar bears, they have white hairs, so much it is non-conducting. In snow region also they live without anything. The penguins, look at the fishes, they live in the water. So nature provides abode to everyone. And why this human being? He wants castles. If you change for comforts, then you have to pay for it. That is the payment, pain and pleasure, and worries and anxieties, ever restless. So in this way, person without all these, having one-pointed mind, full of devotion, and having all the divine qualities which lead you to one-pointedness, such a person is dear to the Lord. This is the answer to the question of Arjuna. In the very beginning he asked the Lord, in the beginning of the chapter, Arjuna asked the question, Evam satata yukta je bhakta svam paripasate ye chapyaksharam abhyaktam tesam ke yogavittamaha. Who is better than the other? Who is better knower of the yoga? According to your opinion, O Lord, whether the person who meditates on the unmanifested abstract Lord without names and forms, or one who treads the path of yoga and karma and devotion, etc. Who is better? So Lord gives the answer in this way. Nobody is better, nobody is inferior. I need one-pointed mind only. Have it by any means you like. And who can have one-pointed mind? One who has got all these divine qualities. He is bound to have one-pointed mind. He is the best among the yogis of any kind. He is dear to me. I never consider which path he has trodden. Where he has reached, that is your goal. What have you achieved after your education, before leaving your educational life, student life? What is your certificate, qualification? That is counted. In what school you have studied, and how much nights you went without sleep. That is nobody going to ask you. One certificate is enough to know what quality you have, what knowledge you have. That is what the Lord says as the decision to the question of Arjuna. So tomorrow we shall see further. Ye tu dharmyamritam idam yathoktam paripasate shraddhana matparama bhaktaste ativa me priyaha. One who follows all these whatever I said, and who has faith and devotion, who is always centered on me, such devotees are very, very dear to me. They are so dear, so loving. This we shall see tomorrow. Hari Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasesate ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गीता माता की जय।